All right, now we're going to go through and solve expressions and equations with radicals. This is something that's really easy to do. We have to remember that the radical symbol is going to act like a grouping symbol, so when we're going through our order of operations and thinking about GEMDAS, we know that grouping comes first, so we use the radical first. In the first problem, we have 14 plus 30, the square root of 36. So we go through our order of operations. Remember that we're thinking about what comes first. And in this case, it's the grouping symbol. So we think, all right, the grouping symbol is the square root of 36. And the square root of 36 is 6. Now all we're left with is 14 plus 6, which happens to equal 20. So 14 plus the square root of 36 is 20, because the first thing we did was the square root of 36. And then we ended up having to add 14 to it. Square root of 36 is 6. 14 plus 6 is 20. Looking at the second one, we have the square root of 9 minus 2. Well, again, order of operations says do grouping first, and in this case, the grouping symbol is the radical, so the square root of 9 is 3. And we want to take away 2 from that. 3 take away 2 is 1. We did the square root of 9 and got 3 because 3 times 3 is 9. Then we took away 2 and got 1. Going on to the last one, we have negative square root of 25 minus 1. That negative is not going anywhere. The square root of 25 is 5 because 5 times 5 is 25. The negative was outside, and remember that the negative outside means that it's going to be the opposite of. So we're wanting the opposite of the square root of 25. If the square root of 25 is 5, the opposite of that would be negative 5. We have negative 5 minus 1. If we add the opposite, it becomes negative 5 plus negative 1 equals negative 6. The signs are the same, so we add and then we keep the same sign. Negative 6. That is how you solve any equation or expressions with radical symbols.